coals which are formed from the dead remains of living organisms or living things on earth. Like if it is vegetative matter, what we get is nothing but a hard mass called coal. So coal is formed from the dead vegetative matter, which is completely different from petroleum, children. Petroleum, here living organisms, they die and they get transformed into petroleum. That is a different case. Now here we are learning about coal. So how is it formed? It is formed from the vegetative matter, decomposed vegetative matter. Slowly it gets transformed into the coal, children. So let's learn about the story of the coal formation. We already know this. We have been learning since our lower classes. In our lower classes also we had some idea about its formation. We know that when over millions of years ago, when the forests, they were buried deep into the earth's crust. Where do you find coal? Coal also we get from the deeper layers of the earth. Actually inside, deep below the earth's crust, you have many coal mines from which the coal is extracted or taken out. So here what happened over millions of years ago, all the vegetative matter, the trees or the forest, they got buried somehow, maybe because of the natural calamities like earthquakes or volcanic eruptions or even avalanches. So what did they do? Because of that, the earth split open and most of the forests or what you call the vegetative matter got buried deep into it. And during the course of time, what happened, as the time passed by, so many sediments got deposited over these forests. And because of that, what happened, when the sediments go on depositing, they got buried deeper and deeper and deeper, so that they lost contact with the oxygen. Also because of the high heat and pressure below the earth's surface, they got transformed slowly into a hard mass, nothing but called as coal. So as you see that all this did not happen overnight or in fortnight. You can see that this is a course of time, a very very long course of time, like some millions of years ago. Slowly the vegetative mass, which is also called as the punt, slowly got transformed into very hard substance, which is nothing but coal. So you can see that there are different varieties of coal depending upon its time of burying, or what you call depending upon its time of having all these things come into play, like the temperature or the pressure or the heat, nothing but temperature or nothing but the contact with the oxygen and everything. As the time passed by, a more and more better quality of coal started to form. So you can see that peat is also called as a young coal, nothing but it's just started to get transformed into coal. It is nothing but it does not contain much amount of carbon. Actually, why are we talking about carbon here? Because the quality of the coal can be directly assessed by the amount of carbon that is present in it. The amount of carbon present in the coal, the better is the quality of the coal. So you can see that peat, it is just started to change. The dead vegetative matter is just subjected to all those changes like high heat and pressure, and also there's no oxygen. All that, it has just started. So it's not much time, since it's burying. So what happens here? So that's why it's called as young coal, children. So peat is nothing but a low quality coal because it is not completely transformed into very good coal. So it is just a young or nothing but the starting stage of its complete transformation of dead vegetative matter into very good quality coal. So it's called as peat, children. So peat is a low quality coal. It contains very less percentage of carbon. As I told you, the carbon percentage determines the quality of the coal. More the content of carbon, more good or the best the quality is. Next is lignite. So slowly what happens, the peat gets compressed and it gets subjected to more number of forces or factors that slowly transform this vegetative matter into very good, very hard and compact mass. So that is lignite. It is still halfway through this process. So this is called as lignite coal, children. Lignite is comparatively a better quality of coal when compared to peat, but it not so good as compared to the other stages. So slowly this lignite also during the course of time, over a course of time, it still gets acted upon by all these factors like high heat and pressure, and gets converted into bituminous coal. So bituminous coal is the most common type of coal that we use for various what you call applications, like in industries and all, or what you call even for as a fuel. Actually bituminous coals is the most common form of coal that we use for various things, various applications. Anthracite. So what is it? By the what you call by the actions of all these factors like heat, pressure and all that, slowly the dead vegetative matter gains lot of carbon content in that, and ultimately anthracite is formed, which is the best quality coal that can be formed. So it is nothing but it contains high percentage of carbon, as well as it has got high compact, it is highly compact and very hard mass that is formed. So this is the best variety of coal that can be formed from the vegetative matter. So usually this is very expensive because it has got high carbon content. What is this process called, children? Can you see the dead vegetative matter is gradually getting converted to anthracite, which is the best quality coal, as I told you. So this process of conversion of the dead vegetative matter, that is nothing but the punt to anthracite. In anthracite, what does it contain? I said it contains more amount of carbon in it, isn't it? So this journey of dead vegetative matter following these steps or stages like peat, lignite, bituminous coal or anthracite, ultimately it is formed into anthracite, and this process is called as carbonization, children. What is it called? Carbonization. The process of conversion of dead vegetative matter into coal is nothing but carbonization, and it happens over millions of years. It doesn't happen in a few days, but few months or few years, but it's a very slow process, and it takes millions of years to get converted into good quality coal. So as I told you that coal is a very complex mixture of different substances, different valuable substances. Instead of directly using it as one substance, there is a chance that we can process the coal and get all the useful components separated. So that is nothing but called as processing of coal, children. So this processing of coal is done by heating the coal, or what you call subjecting this coal to very high temperatures in the absence of oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, if you are heating the coal, then it is called as destructive distillation of coal, children. Can you see here? It's called as destructive distillation of coal. So this is the way by which we can get very useful components from the coal. So upon destructive distillation of coal, what we get are the three very valuable substances, which are nothing but coke, coal gas and coal tar. So as you know that coke is mainly used as a fuel in industries basically, and also not just as a fuel, but it's also got a wide range of applications, children. Coke is also used as reducing agents in the extraction of metals also. You will learn in higher classes in 9th class also, you will learn 9th and 10th classes, you will be learning about how coke is used in the extraction of metals. It is used as a reducing agent. Apart from that, it is used as a fuel also in the industries, in the production of electricity, etc. It's got so many uses, children. Coal gas, if you see, this is also a byproduct. These are all three the byproducts of the destructive distillation of coal. When you subject the coal to high temperatures, what we get is these three substances: coke, coal gas and coal tar. So this coal gas, it mainly contains hydrogen. It contains methane and carbon monoxide, children. Very important to know. All these three, they are inflammable substances, inflammable gases, which can be used as a fuel. It contains mainly these gases which can be used as a fuel, children. And not that just this, but also coal tar is produced. This is again a very complex substance which contains over 200 very useful components or substances. So all these things, all these 200 substances, they've got, you can understand that they've got wide range of applications and uses. They are used in dyes, they are used in explosives, they are used in paints. They are used in drugs, in the preparation of many drugs, in the preparation of perfumes. All these things, they get so many things separated from coal tar again, and they use it for different purposes. So this is what we are going to wind up over here, and I want you to just go through your textbook again very